What's up, guys? Matthew gonna watch Season 4, Episode 13 of My Hero Academia. Oh my god, last episode was one of the best. One of the best episodes. Top 5 episodes of the show, bare minimum. If you like put a gun to my head, rank it top 5 at least, okay? Everything about it was epic. The music, the cinematography, the fucking voice acting. Chisaki's voice actor is incredible, man. Deku obviously is Deku. Like, there's no other description that you need. Deku is Deku. He was pure Deku last episode, and it ended on a cliffhanger of my girls, my gals, the people who I've been begging to get involved with the fucking story for like 10 episodes now in a row. They're finally gonna do something, so I am so excited to see what they do. Again, I don't expect them to fucking save the day and get the final blow on Chisaki or anything like that, but I want to see them do some damage. I really do. So, I'm ready to get into it. You guys know me. I'm going to talk a lot throughout, and I'm going to talk a lot at the end, so I want to hop straight into it. If you guys like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I have got the full-length reactions up on Patreon, and by now I am already a very decent amount of episodes ahead, so check the YouTube comments. It'll say the exact episode I'm currently on, and if you enjoy the content that I make for the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Let's get into it.
Rikiya Katsukame enhances his size by breathing in the life force.
Oh man, I want President Mike. I don't want you explain. I want President Mike.
Gains consciousness.
Yes, ma'am.
Things are sounding pretty lively in there. We'd better get...
I like how Nizuri does her hair like that. I never noticed that.
The quirk booster Hiranagi gave me is finally kicking in.
A delayed reaction? Stealing their vitality, man.
I like it.
Oh no.
I feel like a new man.
Come on, Ryukyu, I want to see what you got.
His quirk's been enhanced.
Astute observation, Ryukyu. That's why we pay you the big bucks.
He's drained them so completely they don't even have the energy.
Come
to
on,
stand.
guys.
Nejire!
Yep, I'm going to a full charge.
Quirk Surge. She converts her own energy into shootable shockwaves.
Okay.
Their target though, so they're not the fastest.
I mean, I guess so.
Wore off, so I'll need to get a little handsy with
Damn,
you.
it just wore off that fast? What a shitty-ass drug.
You creep!
Nejire kind of almost feels like a downgraded version of Kaminori, but that's okay.
These stupid little girls still moving.
We don't give up, and no matter what, we always go beyond.
Plus Ultra!
Ah!
You guys came!
Deku! Wait,
If you're down here,
we just saw.
who's... If you're over here, then who's flipping on the lights?
You made a duplicate of me so I could extract you?
That's right. That's step one of the plan. I make
Yo! 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 Twice is OP!
escape to the surface. Step three.
Twice is absolutely OP. Like,
So far, so good, I'd say. But now comes
the more I watch, the more it really starts to sink in how fucking OP Twice is. And especially paired
Your
with
secret
Toga.
weapon's a kid?
I don't need to see Toga like that.
I need to get down there and grab her.
Me?
Don't be such a baby about it. What's the worst that could happen?
Hey, I don't...
Where are her nipples? I mean, no, I don't want to look.
You're just a copy. You'll be fine.
Good luck.
You're just a copy. He's subhuman.
One but yourselves?
The League of Villains.
He had to change his measurements of compressed 2 after losing an arm.
Take care of him! Go on!
Don't just take care of him. Ah, they're not really gonna get involved, man.
Chisaki!
Filthy hero screwed everything up.
I want the League of Villains to get those 4 fucking bullets, dude.
I don't want this.
Well, I'm sorry, Ari, it's gonna fucking happen. Cause we're the goats, man. We're trying to save your ass. We care about you.
I am going to be your hero.
Dude, it's possessed. It's like Doctor Strange's fucking cape, dude.
My fool of a daughter abandoned her own.
Damn, daughter?
Husband died, and that the girl was to blame because she's cursed.
Jesus. Would he kill himself because he lost his quirk?
One day, her husband reached for the child, and his entire body simply vanished. Seems the girl's ability manifested, and it's unlike any quirk on either side of the family.
What in the world?
Rather than an inherited power. I hear it's extremely rare,
What the is this the most powerful OP? Is this the Antichrist?
and while you do, investigate her ability. I know you're good at that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, he did.
Similar to my quirk? I wouldn't say that.
Does it, like, de-age them?
Unbelievable.
Jesus.
Quirk. It's
President Mike, step in.
the power to rewind.
Wow.
These people are going
Okay, oh my, you're good.
till I'm safe.
No, it's her little blankie now. Damn, you can
Let them
you can reverse fucking everything?
have to go back.
Like time, healing, everything. Oh my god, dude, you're OP.
I have to trust him.
Nice job, Eri. Well, nice job, Deku and Mirio. Aizawa really did nothing this arc. Am I gonna see Deku die? I'm gonna see Deku die and time get rewound?
I failed before.
I'm gonna be honest, if he dies and comes back to life, Inko needs to take him out of the program. This is beautiful. Gonna end horribly?
This time I'll hold on.
Aww. Dude, that's Deku's new job. He just saves a kid every arc now. God damn, dude. Chisuke's power is insane. Apparently not as insane as Ares.
I won't let go.
This music, bro. Are you trying to get me to cry or what's going on?
I will win. I will save people.
I will go beyond. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, he looks so pissed.
That kick somehow blasted me straight into the sky.
Okay.
Like All Might's New Hampshire smash. The air pressure propelled me at a high speed. Did I lose control? Like when I fought Gachan?
No, my man.
I never told her what her power is.
Learned it on her own?
Is it? Eerie, naughty girl.
I think you got outplayed, my man.
In other words, I used one for all at 100%.
Did you? Was that you? No, it's not you. Stop trying to gaslight me into thinking it's you. It's Eri, my man.
Need not worry. You three are safe. At least for the time.
Yeah, but I don't want to fucking sit here. I want to get involved in the action.
Kill Midoriya. And escape.
Oh, okay. He's gonna... Oh, fuck, he's gonna kill her. Toga in Deku form or some shit.
I want to move, but I'm so
Come on, don't... Give Ochaku something to do, man!
I have to do something and help him.
I got the goosebumps. Guys, I got the goosebumps!
What you create!
Yo, hold up, Ochaku's fucking...
Set in stone! I'll smash that future!
motivating Night Eye.
He's on the other side of the wall. Through that hole.
This man, Night Eye, needs to get to a recovery girl immediately.
My bones are intact. In fact, even my injuries from before are gone.
You've been reverse injured. Healed, if you will.
At work? Are you a healer?
She's a unicorn, dude.
It's like my body's being pulled apart from the...
Not able to control it?
Control over it.
Her power is insane. I can't fathom every little bit of it.
She has the power to rewind people. That's her secret.
People.
You might even be able to turn someone back into a monkey.
God damn.
Carrying her like that, you'll be annihilated.
I'll fucking hold her till the end, till I die, my man.
To nothingness. Didn't I tell you that the girl is cursed? Hand her over.
Dude, back off. Stop aura forming.
Assemble her. Or did you want to be wiped out of existence?
Hey, Eri. Hold on.
Come on, he's got the fucking baby holder on.
It seems to me your quirk is a blessing, Eri. I understand her.
Oh, that'll fucking motivate her. She thought she's a monster this whole time.
Her rewind works.
Repeatedly fucking...
Pushing myself up at a greater speed.
I'll keep smashing myself.
all. Full Kalman.
Yo, this is awesome.
Barry, will you please lend me your power?
Well, you've locked her on. There's no escape. She's gonna have to use the power.
Neither of you realize the true value of her ability. Quirks get exponentially stronger as you develop.
Yes.
In countless experiments, I extracted Ares' power, and I distilled it into its ultimate form.
Is that its ultimate form?
It doesn't stop at simply rewinding the flesh. It works on a much grander scale. It rewinds the course of the species to a time before quirks ever existed. Can't you see? Ares represents change!
I don't want to say what he looks like.
To annihilate quirks once and for all, and change humanity back.
What a noble cause.
I can end this infected society, cure this hero sickness. She is mine. A naive little
Yo, he looks like a fucking tumor.
cure humanity.
Every good villain thinks they're the hero.
Dang, Izuku.
Dang, nice job, my man.
What's Compress doing?
Oh, come on, Compress.
Get Night Eye to an ambulance. Try to keep the spike stabilized in his stomach.
Come on, guys, get the league, get the fucking bullets.
One for all and had no idea how to control it. He hasn't given her any training or guidance.
He was so small back then, and it's only been like a couple months.
You always take things too far, Chisaki. Don't stray from the path I've laid before.
It's fucking echoey ass voice.
Obsolete Yakuza ideals won't save the organization.
Power Will, gotta revert it back to a time when we were striving.
First, during the research phase, we'll release some of the unfinished product. Let people catch a whiff. A drug that depowers heroes.
Bring people to your side.
We'll sell the finished product at exorbitant prices. Then we'll introduce a
theme is
counter
great.
drug to the hero.
Oh my god, you want to control everyone.
Quirk. While we sell the bullets to the villain.
You want to control the whole world.
Ares' flesh is the source of the drug. We'll have a complete monopoly on the market.
It's a great plan.
Like I will once again rule Japan from the shadows.
Chisaki,
Too dastardly.
she's a child. Have you completely lost your humanity?
I didn't have it in the first place.
You don't get it. You took
Jesus Christ, Chisaki.
Want to repay you.
not to worry. Just lay back.
Put him in a permanent state of sickness? Come back with a vengeance? He looks like a titan!
I'm going to tear down this entire
Jeez, you're about to create a black hole.
foundation. You're all blinded by some outdated sense of what's right. You're just pretending to be heroes. I won't let you stand.
That's a great shot.
I can't save Aerie. One small child who's relying on me.
I don't deserve to be a hero. He looks like fucking Larry the Lobster.
A hero who saves everybody.
God damn! He pulled out he's Luffying him! He just did Gum Gum Gatling! Oh my god, he looks like he had sad puppy dog eyes on. He's a demon! God damn. Okay, so I mean, Deku's already the strongest fucking person here. So, like, by far.
An immutable future. I saw it so clearly.
When you're the GOAT, you can change the future. I hate to break it to you, Night Eye.
But this is new. A different set of.
I would assume that Eerie rewinding creates a new timeline or something like that.
Even if it's set in stone, I'll smash that future!
I'll smash that feature. Motherfucker sounded like Aaron Yeager. this shit's like Gordon Ramsay cooking a meal. This arc cooked. Okay? That was incredible. That was incredible. I'm gonna go and talk about 28 million things about that episode that I loved. The only thing that it's a thing that it's a constant part about any anime, really. Specifically, animes like My Hero and One Piece. It really is. It's a slight problem for me. So I'm gonna start off with one slight negative. And again, I don't have a problem with it. I don't hate anything about it. It's just I wish it was done better in a way. Again, as much as I love Deku, and I know that he's powerful. I know that he's going to be the greatest hero of all time. Sometimes it does get a little annoying, the fact that everything revolves around him. And I know some of you saying, he's the main character. Yeah, I'm not complaining that much. I just, you know what I mean? He's a first-year fucking student. And, you know, you have some of the strongest heroes alive currently right there trying to help. And, you know, Aizawa didn't do anything. Night Eye didn't do anything. Ryukyu and Nejire and Ochako and Sue did absolutely nothing. So part of me is a little like, nah, I wish it was like 3 or 4 episodes longer. To let them get some big moments, some big action in. But again, there's no like points deducted. You know what I mean? The only thing that problem has for me is it keeps this from being a 10 out of 10 episode, and it's a 9.9 out of 10. You know what I mean? So there's really no problem with it. I just wanted to mention that. But getting into all of my positives, okay? That was incredible. That was so fucking epic. Eri is insane. And now I'm just thinking about Night Eye's power and how, you know, obviously the future was changed for the first time for him, or in his eyes. I would have to assume that it is related to Eri and the fact that she can rewind time. It's essentially like she created a new timeline, a new split in like a multiversal sort of situation. That'd be the only thing that I can predict. I mean, like, because again, One For All is such an amazing power. You know, I could think like, oh, maybe One For All has the ability when it hits full strength to change time, but that if that was the case, it would change for All Might. So it's not the case. It would have to be related to Eri. And if so, that is an asset that we could use. But again, don't want to turn it into like a Chisaki situation where I don't want to use her as in like, you know what I mean? I don't want to control her or manipulate her or anything like that. But if we can fucking train her and teach her how to use that goddamn power, not only will she be the greatest hero of all time one day, but we could try and save All Might doing that. But at the same time, Eri has been irreparably abused, I would assume, and not even irreparably. Like she needs some cool down. We can't get her straight into training or anything like that. We need to let her live a cool ass, peaceful life. But that moment was awesome. I got goosebumps. The fucking power, that fucking little unicorn horn shit. I just remembered. It was early in the season when I first saw Eri, and I was trying to think about a character that like there was a character that looked like her. I was thinking of from Oshinoko season 2. Melt is in like a play and has like horns on the side of his head. It reminded me of that. I just remembered that a couple days ago. But that was good, dude. That was so good, man. And again, before I get into the specifics or continue going into the specifics, I'm just thinking about the rest of the season. I am gonna need Tenya, Todoroki, and Bakugo are definitely gonna need to step up and do some shit. You know what I mean? They've been again. I don't want to say neglected it because it's not a problem. You know what I mean? Like again, this arc, honestly, well, not honestly, obviously, it made me love Deku even more because he's fucking Deku. He's the main character and he's awesome and I fucking love him. But it's also catapulted Kirishima significantly up higher, along with Mirio and Amajiki. But I'm just thinking about the rest of the arc. You know what I mean? The rest of the season, it's not, you know, I would assume that Night Eye and fucking even Mirio, and you know, they're not going to be like main characters for the rest of the season. So I would have to assume that other people are going to get involved. I wonder what's going to happen. Obviously, like, it's almost like My Hero has a pattern to where we have a mission. You know what I mean? And then we have a contest, and then we have a little fight with the League of Villains. It's like a never-ending, and not in a bad way. It's a good pattern. But it's like a little structure of how we do things. So I would assume we're going to go into a competition next. I don't know what the competition would be, or competition, or getting a license, or you know what I mean, a test, something like that. And I do want to see, because I know we saw pretty much everybody's power-ups. I do wonder if anyone is still continuing to improve, but Anyway, let me stop looking to the fucking future. Let me stop being like Night Eye. Looking at the now. Chisaki, I really liked, and I said it during the episode, but you know, it's obvious. What makes a good villain is you understand their backstory, and also, and I'm not saying that every single villain needs to be like this, but typically 99.9% of excellent villains are like this. They also think that they're in the right. They think that they're doing something good. You think of, you know what I mean, like Infinity War Thanos. You know, Infinity War, one of the biggest movies of our generation, and it's off the back of a villain who is pretty goddamn well written for the most part. Same thing with this. You know what I mean? Again, it's almost like that sort of. I don't know. I would assume that he also hates his power, or hates him for having it, because taking shit apart and putting it back together can be a little horrifying. And then also, he's just seen people fucking use, you know, powers in villainous ways to kill and murder and, you know, try to rule the world for years. So it creates that disdain against powers in general. But it's obvious, it's you know, it's not the right answer. You know, there's obviously flaws with a quirk-filled society, but there's flaws in a non-quirk-filled society. There's always going to be a problem. There's always going to be an issue. So I like villains like that, to where they think that they're right, but they're missing something that makes them evil, or it makes you opposed to them. You know what I mean? It's an accumulation of multiple things. Not only that, his design is fucking incredible. I said was. He's not dead, obviously. I would assume we're gonna. I don't know if we're gonna take him to jail. I don't know if because League of Villains still can't be done, because I'm gonna be honest, if the League of Villains are done and they just fucking failed and like they were bum-ass motherfuckers for like 6 episodes in a row and did nothing, would be a little disappointed. I would assume they got some stuff up their sleeve. I really want them to, I want the, you know, Night Eye and everyone to be looking around, where are those bullets at? I want the League to get them, because that'd be an awesome Chekhov's gun, or an awesome weapon. At all point, we know that Shigaraki's got 4 fucking bullets. And again, when we have someone like Eri, the stakes aren't that, you know, that's I don't know, that's a little problem I have. Now, okay, if we have someone like Eri in the story at all points, I almost feel a little scared the stakes would be a little dampened. And look, the show already doesn't like to kill people. And again, that's not I don't have an inherent problem with that. That's just a fact. They do not like to kill people. And sometimes I could argue that maybe a death here or a death there would be a little better for the story, be a little more impactful, but again, it's not a huge problem. But if we have a character like Eri floating around the story at all times, you kind of almost get the feeling that like, well, I don't know, I'm not really scared that they can get hurt, because, you know, not only can Recovery Girl fucking repair people, but then Eri can just come and rewind back when she gets control of it. But also, I would not be surprised, and I almost kind of, with how OP that Eri is, I would not be surprised if next episode or in a couple episodes or whatever, Eri uses her power on herself so that she doesn't have her power. Does that make any sense for you guys? Again, I'm not saying I want it to happen or I think it'd be the correct choice necessarily. But I almost feel like from a story perspective, like writing the plot, the author might be like, a little too OP, let's get rid of it. And it would make sense. She's already seen how, again, not that she's a monster or anything like that, but her quirk, if put in the wrong hands, can do some irreparable damage. So that's another thing. And obviously the League of Villains are trying to kidnap Eri. If the League of Villains get their hands on Eri and then they break out All For One, shit, my boy. Shit, indeed. That would be insane. Okay, I really gotta give a shout out. I've spoken about it many times. You know, I love Twice. I love Toga. They're my 2 favorite non-leaders of the League of Villains by far, and they're such a good duo. Like, not only are they funny, you know what I mean? They're funny. They're, you know what I mean? Twice is fucking half the time simping, half the time hating. But their powers are so useful together, insanely useful. Because also, that's the thing with a couple quirks, like something like Night Eye's quirk or Aizawa's quirk, they're OP, but they're like, there's some heavy drawbacks. You know what I mean? With Toga and with Twice, their drawbacks aren't that bad compared to what they can do. You know what I mean? Twice can have two different clones, or two different people cloned at all times. And yeah, they're not as strong as the regular person. They're weaker, but still. But then you also combine that with the fact that Toga has an unlimited amount of transformations in with 24 hours if she drinks blood. All she has to do is have their blood. That is also OP. You know what I mean? So, and I'm also, something I didn't think about. No, I wasn't like I haven't thought about it for forever. I haven't thought about it in the past 10 minutes. But I cannot wait now for Night Eye and All Might to have that talk now too, because I feel like obviously this moment is almost like a groundbreaking, you know what I mean, sort of motivational moment for Night Eye. You know, he can see that the future can be changed, or at least from his perspective. So he can have a little bit of a heart to heart with All Might. Again, I want to repeat what I said not repeat. I just want to give a quick little sort of a step foot deeper into what I was saying, because I don't want anyone to misunderstand what I'm saying, like I'm hating on the show or anything like that. But my first point when I started the discussion, where I was a little on Deku being in the middle of everything, the reason I have a problem with it isn't because I dislike Deku or I don't want Deku to be involved. It's because I think sometimes it kind of weakens other people. Specifically, this arc, Aizawa and Night Eye were both very underutilized, in my opinion. Very underutilized. Along, obviously, Nejire and her group was as well. So those are the three big mishaps. But I feel like Aizawa, just his power is so OP that they physically couldn't use him. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't even see him finish his fight or anything like that. Like, we saw him get, like, you know, he's on the ground, held down by Corona. Was it Corona? And then all of a sudden, you know, we don't see him in the story at all again. So that's a little disappointing. Someone like Night Eye, you could argue that he almost has like a naturally nerfed because of the mental issues going on, and he'll be OP after this when he knows that he can change the future. But I don't know. You guys understand what I mean? Like, I'm not being negative or anything. I'm just saying that sometimes it's a little like, nah, other characters got sidelined for Deku. But again, I repeat, when I watch The Sopranos, there's a similar thing where they do like very episodic sort of like, this episode focuses on one character, this episode focuses on one character. So sometimes you go like 6 or 7 episodes without even seeing any of the main characters. And like, a part of you is like, oh man, I wish I could have saw that character. They've been gone for so long. But at the same time, you're like, yeah, but all of the episodes in between were really, 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 really good. So I can't really be angry or sad. It's the same thing with My Hero. Again, I absolutely love Deku. He's my favorite character of the show, probably. So when he's focused on and others aren't, I'm not angry, but I do kind of wish sometimes, no, give them a little bit more focus. I don't know. Again, I don't want anyone to take what I say that seriously when I talk about that, because as I've stated, I could watch My Hero. I would have preferred if My Hero was 600 episodes long. You know what I mean? Like that's how obsessed I am with everything. I would want to see fucking. If I was writing, and some people could call this shit shitty writing, you know? If I was writing, man, I would give Sue a one-on-one, I'd give Ochako a one-on-one, I'd give Nejire a one-on-one, I'd give Ryukyu one-on-one, Aizawa would get something, Night Eye would get something. I'd give everyone that big moment, you know what I mean? So, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do, man? That fight in the air was phenomenal. Again, I very much complimented the animation this episode, and I'm not someone who typically looks at animation. I only really notice it when it's bad. But sometimes when you get, you know, special things like this, I thought that it really stood out quality-wise, if I do say so myself. This arc is fucking good, dude. This arc is fucking good. Man! Again, I'm not gonna say I can't believe how good it is, because like when I watch a show like this, when I watch a show like My Hero, and I get to moments like this, it makes me just think back to before I watch it. And remember, if you remember my first episode and just talking about the opinions I heard about it, I know that some people didn't like My Hero. I know some people thought My Hero was mid, or it was below average, or it was boring, or whatever. This shit is hype. You know what I mean? It's hype. Everything about it is excellent, man. That was, again, another definite top 5 episode of the show. And I feel like I'm not saying that for like every episode. I'm gonna have, you know what I mean? By the end of the season, I'm gonna have like 15 top 5 episodes of My Hero, and you guys are gonna call me stupid for not every episode can be the top 5. I know, but my heart wants to put it there. My heart wants to put it there, man. It's another thing, and I don't want to be negative, but you know what I mean? I feel like at the end of the last season, they gave so much importance on Mirio and how strong Mirio was. You know what I mean? And then just to have Deku have a solo moment by himself. It's almost like, man. I gotta stop talking about it. I don't want anyone to think I'm hating or negative, because again, that was one of the best episodes of the show. That was honestly, you know, to simplify it, I don't have a specific rank for it, but that was an all-time great episode of anime in general. That was really, really good. So I'm so excited to see how the season continues. Again, I don't know if we're going to completely wrap up the Chie Hasakai storyline. There's going to be some stragglers left over. Again, I don't know if Chisaki is going to escape somehow. I don't know if he's going to jail. If he's going to jail... Oh, let me tell you what, guys. I was talking to my friend about this, too. Just, you know, some of the things that I wanted to see in My Hero. And this point that I have right here, it's not a necessity. I don't need this to happen. I do not need this to happen whatsoever. But I think it's such a good idea that it would almost be like a missed opportunity for me. If this show was a perfect show for there to be a jailbreak storyline. You know what I mean? Imagine we have fucking Chisaki, All For One, and Stain in the same fucking prison. The League of Villains breaks in. We've got pro heroes there. They bring a couple of Class 1A. You cannot tell me that shit would not be hype. You know what I mean? That shit would be epic. That would be epic, man. Again, that felt like the climax of the arc, but I feel like next episode is going to be like an epilogue almost. I feel like that's, or cooldown. That's what most arcs are. That's the structure that My Hero uses. It's a built-up arc over the course of, like, you know, 13 episodes or whatever, and then it has that little in between where it's like, you know, we're wrapping up the loose ends from last episode, but we're starting a couple new things for the next couple episodes. So I want to see what the League of Villains are doing, because they cannot come back empty-handed. Not as in like Shigaraki's gonna kill them or anything like that. I'm just talking about from like a writing standpoint. Like, come on now, we can't have the League of Villains do absolute jack shit. We gotta see what they're doing, see what's up with, or see where Chisaki's going. And like I said, I am very excited to hopefully get a Night Eye All Might conversation. I want to see Night Eye cry and break down and hug his mentor. And man, this show is so good, man. I think that's gonna be it. I feel like I've yapped for long enough. What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch Season 4, Episode 14 of My Hero Academia. The first half of this season has been legendary. The last couple episodes, you know what I mean? This sort of the raid on the Chie Hasakai. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like I let you down every episode. I feel like I'm good and then I'm bad and then I'm good and then I'm bad. But it was goddamn epic, I must say. I feel like, you know, Lemillion, Deku, obviously, Red Riot, Fat Gum, you know what I mean? Amajiki really stepped up, had some great, excellent moments. Eri, I'll also include Eri in that. It was emotional. Obviously, we still have a couple of loose ends. What the hell the League of Villains are doing. What's gonna come of Chisaki, you know what I mean? Or are they just gonna throw him in the jail with everyone else? Or some buffoonery gonna happen? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that can happen, but I am ready to hop straight into it. What is this? Is this Chisaki's theme? I've said it before. It's my second favorite theme other than All For One's.
One small child.
This theme could be playing over grass growing or some shit, and I'd have goosebumps.
A hero who saves everybody.
It's just as epic the second time around seeing it. You know what I mean?
I've always put a tremendous amount of effort into preserving the dignity of this organization, to bring honor and...
Come on, Aizawa.
If you fail today, then I'll take the finished drug along...
relatively nothing this entire arc, so I do want to see him step some shit up.
And for you, Kai.
You're Corona, right?
Damn! Aizawa gotta be saved?
Use it on me. Take him.
Don't move! Resistance is useless!
Amajiki's the goddamn MVP of the arc. By far.
I'm glad he's okay.
Froppy, what's happening?
Deku's
Fucking
fighting.
Froppy, dude. What's happening? Deku's fighting. What are you doing? Nothing. I haven't done anything the entire arc. By the end of the episode, I would have thought it's done. Like, are we still going? Or are we still...
Your quirk is getting stronger.
Get this bitch off me, someone!
What you did was wrong. though I know you were trying to protect our honor. And I appreciate that, Chisaki.
Is he still going? I thought this shit was done! Like, not in like a bad way. I thought it was done! Oh my god! Oh my damn! You just kind of slammed him down lightly. You didn't need to yell that.
I got Night Eye to a safe place. We've ordered civilians to evacuate the area.
Get some cuffs on this man.
You're accursed, you.
Jesus.
Don't die, please. Ribbon.
Hey, come on, wake his ass up!
Victoria.
I don't want this.
Oh. That's the only point of Aizawa the entire arc. So he could get his ass beat, wake up, and just end the... Oh, okay. I did... Okay. No.
Check to make sure we didn't miss any victims.
No.
The League of Villains may still be nearby. Search for them.
Yes, ma'am.
They're just slowly sneaking away. Nah, it's okay. He's cool. He's cool. This man's name is Rocklock. Amajiki the MVP.
She's safe. She just needs a hospital. You too, kid.
Yes, sir.
Nah, just bring me to Recovery Girl.
Sir! Can you hear me?
Get out the way! Get him in the ambulance!
This is a different outcome than the one I foresaw.
Get this man in a room with All Might immediately.
Somehow he made my wish into a reality.
He's proven himself as the successor.
You twisted.
Come on, stop it. You guys know I have goosebumps.
Sir, about All Might, he said he'll live.
Dude, we got civilians around here.
See him again. I know he wants that. So,
What the hell's wrong with you, Deku?
Thanks for all you did.
Yeah, you did way more than me, the professional hero. Sorry, I'm sorry for being mean. But some of these guys did act bummish this arc.
Transporting 11 members of Shias.
Oh, League of Villains are breaking this shit down.
It's not exactly that simple.
Indeed, they're here just as you said. This was the fastest route from the Yakuza headquarters to the nearest villain hospital.
Villain hospital? That's cool. Have I known about that?
But we're pretty sure you'll have no problem intercepting the finished product.
We'll probably find a way to... I don't know if you could reproduce it without Eri.
Them take anything. Even if you don't get what we're after.
Cover this man's head.
That's Tomura Shigaraki from the League of Villains. Hey, Lizard, stop weaving. I get motions.
Lizard, the name is Spinner.
Shut up and focus.
Why is Spinner the one driving?
Say about this is attacking the police in line with his desires for a true hero.
Then stand up for what you believe in. The Sandman?
The League of Villains. Thugs with a grudge against...
Snatch. Okay.
Not so fast. Disintegrate whatever you touch. But that won't work against sand.
I mean, can we make dust or like I don't know.
Famous.
Glass?
Shigaraki is only a misdirection.
The real target. I love Compressed, man. This genuinely, like, it sucks that Magna got, but the League of Villains is one of the coolest collections of villains in media for me.
Have you ever thought about the families of those you murdered?
I'll kill you right now, dude. Make glass. He's making glass. Oh, damn. That was easy.
That got pretty intense.
Get it. Collect it.
Does it?
I'm pretty sure he could only turn his top.
Doesn't sand make glass when it burns? I don't know.
You're too full of yourself.
Jesus.
For the arm.
2 little boxes. Which one holds the finished product?
Take them both.
I'll just take both.
Test them later.
That's mine.
Wah, wah.
Someone's so obsessed with erasing quirks.
The minute he said that.
If we don't cut that off, your whole body will turn to dust.
Jesus.
Just like that, you're helpless. A weak, quirkless loser.
You do look kind of cold while you're sitting there helpless.
Now you don't even have a thumb to suck on. You're doomed to watch from the side.
Jesus fucking Christ, Shigaraki. Spinner honking the horn? Okay. Damn. Compress. They're so cold! And that's fucking, like, obviously it's a villain, so I don't care about it, but it's so goddamn despicable for Shigaraki.
Could you tell me what happened?
Please, sir, how is everyone else?
I can fill you in, Midoriya.
Oh, good.
Listen to Doc.
Just needed some stitches.
Bum-ass Aizawa. Aizawa dropped a couple spots for this shit, I ain't gonna lie.
Tell me, how are all the others?
Kirishima's covered with bruises and lacerations.
Jesus Christ.
Amajiki cracked a bone in his face.
Amajiki and Deku genuinely carried. Like, Kiyoshima stepped up too, but I mean, Amajiki was everywhere.
Quarantined? Really? So does that mean I won't be able to see her?
You know, they made that call based on your description of what happened back there. She's got a dangerous quirk and no control over it. If something provokes her...
Give her to someone, not like, not like enslave her again, but I mean, have a guardian to help her train and control that.
And even if there were, who's to say how powerful she
But no,
really
put
is?
Eri not in control. Give Eri to Aizawa. That's an OP duo, is it not?
In other words,
she's not leaving that room.
You can't depend on the girl or her quirk right now.
Yeah, but by the end of the story, or in the epilogue, she'll be the strongest goddamn hero.
But you should prepare yourselves. I don't think he'll live to see tomorrow.
Jesus Christ! No shot!
I'm so sorry.
My hero, you actually gonna kill someone other than Magna?
I was wrong. I pushed you away.
He pushed you away too. It wasn't his fault 100%.
Please, you have to live!
Refuse to die.
Please, give me a chance to make up for what I've done.
I looked for ways to alter the fate I'd seen. I tried. But there was nothing I could do. And
this man can, though.
Midoriya succeeded where I failed.
But you were part of it, too. I mean...
Might have to do with the energy contained in thoughts. The power of a vision so strong it leaves no room for doubt and strives toward the desired future. It wasn't just Midoriya. Everyone there truly believed.
Except the girls. The girls didn't do anything.
Maybe what we saw today was the result of that energy converging on Midoriya.
That's a great shot.
Have one regret left.
Sir!
Aww.
Don't give up. Please keep...
Oh, we really about to kill him?
Don't say that! You were always there, teaching me and showing me how to be strong.
I will not cry. Stop it.
Don't you see? I'm not ready. Please don't leave me.
Muriel, forgive me.
No.
In the beginning, I only looked
like a tool.
Vessel for one for all. But you followed me. You believed in me. And before I knew it, you became my pride.
Damn, poor Bubble Girl.
You're going to become the finest hero the world's ever seen.
Damn.
It's one part of the future that shouldn't be changed.
Deku, you're gonna have to be number 2.
And be sure to smile.
Wow, the goosebumps. They're not even goosebumps, they're chills because I'm not happy. I don't want to have these feelings.
This world cannot hope to have a bright future.
Damn! Reverse time! Go back! That's crazy, bro. Jesus. Why can I see Bubble Girl's ass crack and back crack, dude? Another excellent episode. You know, I don't know why. Obviously, you know, this comes out a couple days after episode 13 did, but it had been about like a week and a half since I'd last watched, and I sort of took a little week and a half break because I thought that like last episode would be the end of the arc. You know what I mean? This was a worthy end of the arc instead, so I probably should have watched this episode a little earlier for me, but what are you gonna do about it? I really liked it. I'll start off with saying like. I'll start off with the end there, you know what I mean? With obviously Night Eye dying, which, again, I'll speak about this for a minute, and I've spoken about it in a couple episodes, you know what I mean? My Hero to me had felt like a show that didn't like to kill people, and that whenever they do kill people, you know what I mean? It's used very sparingly so that when it happens, it hits really hard, and I will say I liked Night Eye. I kind of thought that he could have been a little bit more of a bigger role, if that makes sense, or at least, you know what I mean? If you were going to kill him, emotionally it hit for me, especially from the Lemillion aspect, because obviously Mirio is one of my favorite characters already. I absolutely love him, and I think that's like I'm like gonna be honest. I didn't want to tear up over Night Eye dying. I wanted to tear up over Mirio being heartbroken. You know what I mean? And that's absolutely fine. I will say though, if you were gonna kill Night Eye, I kind of would have wanted him to have a bigger moment in the raid. I will say. I mean, he was one of the characters that I kind of felt like, you know, Aizawa, and the girls, They didn't really get to have a lot of focus or big moments or anything like that, but you know, I'm not nitpicking that much. Like I said, I liked the moment, the Mirio crying, that hit me. I fucking love Mirio so much, man. He still does not have his quirk, right? He's 100,000% gonna get it back. I'd bet my life on it. Maybe, because I don't know. We gotta wait for Eri for anything like that to happen. You know what I mean? So maybe it could be like a season or 2 seasons away. I don't know. And I feel like obviously Mirio is the GOAT. You know what I mean? Mirio is amazing, so he would be able to survive. You know, Mirio is one of those characters, like someone like Mirio or someone like Deku, like they're the GOATs. Like their will and their and people like Bakugo as well. Bakugo's in that as well. I feel like if any of those 3 characters didn't have a quirk, they could still be pretty strong here. And I'm not saying that like they could, you know what I mean, beat like fucking Todoroki in a fight or anything like that. But I'm saying that without quirks, their willpower and their everything about them, they could probably get them pretty goddamn high up in the rankings, if that makes sense. Now, Night Eye did use this power again and called Mirio the finest hero. And again, there's different ways to take that. You know what I mean? I mean, Deku says he's going to be... No, Deku says that he's the greatest hero ever. You know what I mean? So I am I'm interested in that, because I feel like as the show goes on, there's more and more candidates for me to be like, oh, who's gonna be the greatest hero? Or that's another thing too, like greatest hero is kind of subjective. In this world there is hero rankings, and they're like, you can have different rankings. So for instance, someone like Bakugo at one point in his life will be the #1 ranked hero, because he's fucking Bakugo. You know what I mean? Like he's the GOAT. He's gonna hit that. I feel like someone like Todoroki at some point would hit #1. Deku obviously I feel like is gonna hit that spot. Like I said, that's the thing too with Deku. He might not even hit that spot, but plot-wise he is. I mean, you think about this raid, he is the savior of the arc. You know, every other person comparative to him was a goddamn bum. Being honest, he, you know, fucking saved the day, obviously. And obviously someone like Mirio will hit #1 at some point as well. I would assume Mirio would be the first person to do that. He would probably be the first person to surpass Endeavor, if I'm thinking, you know, logically here. But again, like I'm saying, he's gonna get his quirk back. You know what I mean? We're gonna give Eri probably time to recover or train her power, but he's gonna get it back at some point. But like as you saw with the fight with Chisaki, he's fucking goated. Okay, he can survive a couple months or a year or 2 years without a quirk. He can still train. and hone in his powers, fighting wise, not his actual permeation power or quirk. Going to Chisaki, who I thought was an excellent villain. I don't necessarily, again, there's a lot of ways the story could go. Obviously, it's still on the table. With the inclusion of Eri into the plotline is kind of like I don't want to say like, not a Chekhov's gun, but almost like a Deus Ex Machina, in the sense of anything bad that happens can be undid. I don't know if that's the right word. You can redo it, or you can go back. So again, someone like Mirio losing his power, there's a possibility for the power to come back. Someone like Chisaki, there's a possibility for his power to come back. And if I'm getting this correct, I'm gonna be quite honest. I thought that Shigaraki was just gonna shoot him with one of the bullets to test it out. I guess you could say that was a waste, though. I think he just took his like arms and maybe his legs. Like, I couldn't tell. 100% his arms. Obviously, Compressed getting a little bit of that revenge as well. I wouldn't even be surprised. It'd be kind of awesome. Well, I gotta talk about his. Let me write that down. But so he still technically has his quirk. He just can't use his quirk because he doesn't have arms, I guess. And then, again, that's what I mean in relation to Eri. There's a possibility for that power to come back in some aspect. You know what I mean? So that's always that's on the table as well. With that, I will say, and obviously they have the arm. I would not be I'm not surprised, but I kind of want, you know what I mean, put that arm on Compress. Like, is there a way he can connect that arm, or you know what I mean? Is there a way for him to, you know, like almost like borrow that power, if that makes sense, by connecting the arm to himself? Is there, well, not is there a way? I know there's a way. One day when All For One gets out of prison, can he take that power? Like, can he like suck the power out of the arm? You know what I mean? Like how does that work? I would assume so, because again, Chisaki's power is so goddamn overpowered that Shigaraki's not stupid. I feel like Shigaraki would have that in mind of like, okay, this guy's power is strong. Let's try a way to keep it. If he wasn't positive or confident that he could, you know, attract? What is the word? Contract? No, why am I blanking? If he wasn't positive that he could take the power out of that arm, I feel like he would have just kidnapped Chisaki and sort of kept him in a basement or something like that. So that's definitely on the table for the League of Villains, or for All For One, or Shigaraki in the future, I guess, to take that power and make it their own. So a lot of moving parts there. Man, I'm still hung up on Night Eye, man, and because again, it's one of those things too. You have to take a step back. Like, someone with the power to like look into the future, that is a little bit of an overpowered quirk. You know what I mean? Maybe, yo, can you be quiet? You guys can hear that? Can you hear that? I don't know. I was quiet a little bit. I don't know if it showed up on my microphone. It's thundering like hell right now while I'm filming this. But the power to look into the future, it's an overpowered quirk. You know what I mean? One of those ones that, like, I got into this discussion with a friend about this is an anime problem. It's not a My Hero problem. The thing with anime fights and powers in general is that sometimes they're so overpowered that, like, realistically, like, the writing around it, it's kind of eh. You know what I mean? For instance, something like One Piece, you know what I mean, has like 20 really strong people in a fight, and because it's an anime, you know, 18 of the characters are standing around doing nothing while the other two are just fighting one-on-one. You know, that's just anime-ism. It's you know, we want to have cool fights. We can't have everyone just do their most powerful special move right at the same time, and you know that wouldn't be entertaining to the audience. So there's certain, and so I bring that up. Someone like Aizawa, you know what I mean? Aizawa, if written realistically, his fights wouldn't be interesting because he would pair him up with one other hero. Aizawa would use his power, and then the other one would just knock the fucking guy out. And okay, moving on to the next one, and rinse and repeat. So I understand the desire to do that, but I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting a little too nitpicky again, because with Night Eye's death, again, I don't necessarily like emotionally, like, I'm not gonna cry over him dying. I might cry over Mirio's reaction to him dying, but I'm not gonna cry over Night Eye dying. I almost think that it would have been better if the persons whose power was taken away was Night Eye's. You know, if you think that that's a little too overpowered of a quirk, let's just get rid of it. So, but I don't want to get too nitpicky. The arc was incredible. It was arguably the best arc of the entire show. Again, moments-wise, I think the Shie Hasakai had, like... The Raid on Shie Hasakai arc probably had, like, 5 of my top 10 episodes. Like, that's a significant chunk. But I think my top episodes are still going to be the All For One All Might fight. And then number 2 is probably going to be the Deku Bakugo fight from last season. Those are definitely some of my favorites. But this arc was fire, dude. And even, like... The inclusion of the League of Villains, too. Obviously, they were a smaller role, but I loved the episode that had Toga and Twice focus, and obviously that little, you know, shit they pulled on Chisaki right there at the end was badass. I'm glad they got those bullets that you know, the minute that I learned that there was League of Villains, like, the minute I learned Toga and Twice were there, that's what I wanted. I wanted them to get those bullets. I just feel like that's a really good Chekhov's gun, a really nice threat. You know what I mean? Where we have to be always careful when we, you know, interact with the League of Villains now. Because, you know, we might lose our quirk permanently. So I really do enjoy that. Going into other characters, like I said, pretty much all of the women and Aizawa. All the women and Aizawa, and I would include Night Eye, but Night Eye's fucking dead. So Aizawa and the girls, they kind of disappointed me writing wise. I hope that they get moments pretty goddamn soon to step up for that. I even like going into specifics like Aizawa. I felt like Aizawa was a real weak point of this arc because I genuinely felt like the author could have written the entire arc without Aizawa being there. They got to the end of the arc with Eri using her power, and they were like, shit, dude, how are we going to get Eri's power to stop working? Let's just write Aizawa into being in the story. That's the vibe I kind of get. So like I said, that's disappointing, and then the girls. Terrible. But, you know, we've got, what am I? I'm not even halfway done the show? Am I halfway done the show? 3.5? 3? Well, I'm from when I'm recording this, I am about halfway done the show to catching up. So there's a lot more episodes for them to step up. And like I said, I think I said this a couple episodes ago, or maybe even last season, I don't know. When it comes to some of the more minor characters, and I would include Nejire in that, I would include Ryukyu, you know what I mean? I would include Sue. They're not like the top 3 most major characters in the story. So I don't need them to have 23 like groundbreaking moments throughout the entire show. I just need to have them have a couple moments. And I did think that Nejire, specifically Nejire out of all those characters, this would have been the best moment for her to have a really big moment. But there's still a lot of time. So, and like I said, this arc was 14 episodes too, essentially, and really, like, it didn't really like pop off like raid wise until like what, episode 8 or 9 or something like that. So 7, 8, or 9, something like that. So I felt like it was very efficient. They didn't want to stretch it out too much. Like I said, I thought it was great. I really did. I don't want anyone to mistake me picking apart 2 or 3 things and thinking I'm hating on the show or anything like that. No, I thought it was great. I'm very intrigued now. Obviously, I would assume, just looking at the patterns of, you know, how My Hero seasons work, I would assume we're going to go into another competition of sorts, either a competition or an exam or a test or a little arc like that. Maybe for the entirety of the rest of the season. I don't know. Again, we do have like 9 or 10 episodes left, so you can fit 2 arcs into that. I don't know exactly what they want to do. I would also, again, because of how focused the first half of the season has been, with really only Deku and Kirishima being the only 2 characters in Class 1A to have focus episodes, to have like real development and character arc and all that. They're really the only people who've had that. So not only am I hoping for one or two. I need at least one. I want a Bakugo and Todoroki episode of them going to their thing and, you know what I mean, training, getting their license. I want the other, you know what I mean? Our other classmates really have, you know what I mean? They've really done nothing this season. And not only that, but they also don't have their teacher. So I want to see Tenya and Ko get some big shit in. So I'm very much looking forward to the rest of the season. I am very hyped to watch it. I will see you guys. I don't want to speak too soon here. I think it was either this week or maybe a week before or maybe next week. But starting around here, I'm going to start doing 3 episodes of My Hero a week. I believe it is Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So look forward to that if you are a fan of my Hero reactions on YouTube. But other than that, I think that's going to be it for me. I really appreciate you guys for watching. I will see you guys, like I said, in a couple days. If you guys like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I've got the full-length reactions up on Patreon. I'm already completely finished the 4th season and maybe even further over on my Patreon. It's $7 a month for animated shows. Check it out if you're interested. And finally, most importantly, if you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. You guys have a good one.